Back for round 2 of answering questions about Americans.
Oh shit, here we go again.
This is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go ahead and check it out before watching this, so this makes more sense. Well, anyways, let's jump right into it, shall we?
Another heavy one is healthcare. As you may or may not know, in England, in the UK, we have the NHS.
Yeah.
And that means free healthcare for everyone who is a taxpayer here, which is basically everyone. If you need medical attention, you'll get it. Yes, you might have to wait a little bit of a while unless your case is urgent, but you'll get seen to, and you'll be looked after for free because it's included in the tax we pay to our government. In America, if you get ill, if you get seriously ill, that could cost you and your family, your house, all your savings,
thousands of dollars.
Thousands of I was about to say pounds, obviously dollars, and that is just devastating.
I ain't need to go to no doctor if I ain't got duct tape, whiskey, and fentanyl. Okay, so to answer this question, there to an extent is free healthcare. It's based on your income. If you're lower income, you can get free healthcare in most states in the country. Now, granted, if let's say you go to a hospital without insurance, yes, it will be very expensive most of the time. Now, as for having nationwide free healthcare, the reason why that would probably never happen is our government is not really representative of us, per se. Most of the time, when they introduce something like free healthcare or whatnot, it always comes with very negative strings attached. So if they introduce free healthcare, most of the funding for that won't even go to free healthcare. It'll go to special interests. Most people in the U.S. get health insurance through their employer, and it generally doesn't cost that much, per se. But yes, if you go to the doctor without insurance, and let's say you get some massive surgery, yes, you may receive a bill for several $1,000s. But like I said, that's if you go without insurance. And generally, if you're lower income, you can receive free health insurance. Otherwise, you would most likely get this from your employer. But anywho, next question.
So the next one is vegetarianism. Why aren't many of you guys vegetarians?
So veganism and vegetarianism is really taking off in England, particularly in London. And I think one thing that prompted this was Netflix documentaries such as What the Health, Cowspiracy, all of those kind of things. And these documentaries have really sort of opened everybody's eyes over here, certainly, to the dangers of meat. And not just what it's doing to the planet, but what it's doing to your body. The dairy industry, the agricultural industries, what these companies are doing and how they're working with the government to sort of fund their...
Okay. I know I said this a lot in the last video, but do some more research. There actually are tons of people in the US that are vegetarian or vegan. But you can always count on a vegan or vegetarian to work it into a conversation, can't you? Hey, why are you eating a hamburger? Don't you know that used to be alive? Yes, I do. And so was your carrot. But the only difference is I'm enjoying what I'm eating. I'm getting off topic, but basically, yes, a lot of people in the US already are vegetarian or vegan. And just because we like bacon, hamburgers, hot dogs, fried chicken, steak, pork chops, lamb, ham, chicken legs, chicken thighs, chicken breast, chicken wings, turkey legs, turkey breast, this doesn't mean that there aren't people who don't eat meat. And pretty much every restaurant you go to has vegetarian and even vegan options. Also, in the previous video where I was answering your questions from your single video, you guys made a big deal about liking cheese. And I hate to break it to you, but if you like cheese, you're not vegan. But anyways, next question.
The next one is, why is your legal age for drinking alcohol 21? Come on!
And is it 21 for buying it as well?
I think so, yeah.
So here you can drink alcohol with parental supervision from age
5,
which is hilarious.
It's so funny.
I mean, obviously I didn't get sort of drunk until I was, say, 17, 18.
Yeah.
But honestly, all it meant was that I wasn't sort of gonna break any rules or try and go out or do anything silly to feel those things.
Yeah.
It's just like in a controlled environment, had a
Definitely.
couple of drinks and some food.
So I think it makes
1 second, you're all, oh, why do you guys eat meat? That's so unhealthy for you. It's so bad, especially when you know what it does to your body. Then the next second, you're all, why can't you get trashed at 5 years old? So prior to the 1980s, you could buy and drink alcohol at age 18, but there was a massive ad campaign saying that, oh, teenagers are getting drunk and teenagers are drunk driving because a good chunk of people are still in high school when they turn 18. And tons of people felt that if you could buy alcohol at age 18, that younger children, especially those in high school, would have easy access to getting alcohol. That being said, it hasn't really stopped teenagers from drinking. Probably not most, but I'd say a good chunk of teenagers still drink alcohol. It's just more behind closed doors, not so publicly broadcasted. But truth be told, I don't think it should be 21, but sadly it is. And good luck trying to change it here. But next question.
Into a shop.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're a bit over animated and a little bit fake.
Oh, they're like, hey, how are you?
How are you? How's your day? How's it going? And sometimes you just don't want to be spoken to. Like, it makes me feel like I should leave their shop. It doesn't make me want to go into their shop and look around. If someone's like, hey, how's your day? I'm like, oh my God, leave me alone. Like, just pretend I'm invisible. Don't look at me. I don't want to be looked at. I don't want to be spoken to. If I need your help, I'll come and find you and I'll say, can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Part of me doesn't know if it's because they want to deter shoplifters, so they're like, I see you. Like, as soon as you walk in,
right.
I know you're in here. Or if it's just like, they think that we want to be spoken to.
To me, it feels like autopilot. Like, hi, I'm getting paid to say this.
Yeah.
Gosh. With that being said, I understand why the Revolutionary War had to happen. For one, don't answer the questions for us. It makes my job more frustrating. And while yes, sometimes it may be to deter shoplifting, most of the time it's just to be friendly. We're not trying to be rude or scare you away. We're just trying to say hello. That's just how we are. We do small talk with strangers. That's just how we are. It's just what we do. That being said, though, this isn't the first time I've heard people from around the world weirded out by Americans smiling at them and saying hello or asking how their day is. And the one I will admit is a little confusing is asking how's your day going, etc. It's usually just said out of habit, but usually your answer will just be good, it's fine, how's yours, and so on. It's not really asking how your day is per se, which I know doesn't make any sense because you are literally asking someone how your day is. That's just kind of how it goes. Realize if you don't look at someone or don't talk to them and they say hello to you, it's perceived as extremely rude and cold. I'm saying this will happen, but especially in restaurants, if you're rude, let's just say you can't see what goes on in the kitchen, so I'd always just be cautious about that. Just be friendly, just smile, say hello back. It's not that bad. I promise there is no intention of harm.
Don't like that about us because they're used to that other way around. And
like
they think
service.
that we're a bit rude. Yeah, the service is quite rude in the UK. But that's just because we like a bit of space.
That's also true. Yes, many Americans do perceive people from the UK being rude for that reason. It's more of a cultural misunderstanding and just contrast between the two. So next question.
And the final one is passports. Apparently something like 14% of Americans have passports. So the rest of the country doesn't own passports?
Yeah, so what are the rest of you... I mean...
what are the rest of you doing? I think it's because, and I'm going to answer this question anyway.
Okay.
I feel like it's because America's such a big country that lots of people go on vacation. What's it called? Staycations. That's it.
Don't answer the questions for us.
It's a staycation!
Where you stay in the country.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes that's nice, but if I was forced to do all my holidays in the UK, I'd just be like, oh, what a peasant life.
Oh, jeez. You guys kidding? First of all, staying in the country is not a staycation. Understand that the US is massive. Here's a little geography lesson, okay? All these highlighted states here can fit your entire country in them. Not that broken up that your country could fit into all these states. Each state on its own could fit your entire country in it. And this is the United Kingdom stacked on top of the US. Keep in mind, this is excluding Alaska and Hawaii. Just to add insult to injury, this would be the United Kingdom compared to Alaska, which, by the way, your country would fit over 7 times just in this state alone. And to push it even further, here is the entire map of Europe compared to the size of the US. This isn't even, like I said earlier, adding in Alaska or Hawaii. So, to answer your question simply, why don't Americans have passports as much? Because we don't need to. Now, granted, those who live along the southern and northern border of the US are more likely to have passports just because a lot of times you'll go to either Mexico or Canada. Plus, it's also super expensive to get a plane ticket from the US to anywhere in Europe, so most people just aren't going to want to spend that amount of money. Compare that with the fact that pretty much any climate you want to go to, you can go in within the US. You don't have to, you want to go where it's snowy and cold, go to Alaska. You want to go to a tropical island, go to Hawaii. You want to go with somewhere where there's just a mild climate, go to California. You want to go to somewhere where it's humid, go anywhere along the Gulf of Mexico. You want desert, go to Arizona or Nevada. Also, a staycation is not staying within the country. As I just showed you, the country is massive. A staycation is generally when you stay in your own town. You may be criticizing us for not traveling around the world. My question for you would be, do you travel much outside of Europe? For example, do you go to Africa? Do you go to Asia? Do you go to Australia? North America? South America? Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button down below. It really helps me out. And share this video. Also, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you can be notified of my new videos. And I will catch you all later. Peace out.